Many Christian parents are concerned about just handing over the Harry Potter books to their kids because of the magic and the witchcraft that are central to those stories. Other Christian parents aren't concerned at all. Both are wrong. There are three big problems with the Harry Potter series for Christian parents, and in my opinion the third is the most concerning, but none of them are what you think. Though it is true that wizards and magic, witches, divination are all present throughout the series, Rowling is not using those in a biblical sense. She's clearly a materialist, not a let's hit them all girls kind of materialist, but rather the cosmos is all that is. And it's that materialism which is the root of all three of these problems. If you decide to let your kids read these books, you're not going to look out in the backyard one day and see them sacrificing the family cat to Baphomet. Because in these books, magic isn't actually magic. There's no real spiritual dimension to it. The characters aren't calling on demons to gain power. In Harry Potter, magic is just a technology, like electricity. You can use it to turn on a light bulb, or tase your boss. Spells simply require the correct Latin word and the proper flourish of your wand in order to work. Potion making just requires that particular ingredients be added to your boiling cauldron at the proper time and in the correct quantities. It's home economics class for witches. The only magic in the book that comes close to being mystical is divination, and even that is bereft of any idea that the characters are communicating with some spiritual realm. And this flattening out of our reality bleeds over into the next problem with the series. At a first read-through, the series may feel robust in its portrayal of good and evil, but those concepts have no foundation. They're just floating on a cloud of post-World War II cultural consensus, which is why all the evil in the book just ends up being a Wizarding World knockoff of Nazism. It comes off as dark and evil, but it's really just a cliche based on a reality. Nazism had a supreme leader who demanded absolute obedience from all of his inferiors. J.K. Rowling has Lord Voldemort. Nazism believed that one race was superior to all others. Rowling has purebloods versus mudbloods and muggles. Nazism had the SS, which they used to control people through fear and intimidation. Rowling has the Death Eaters. I'm not making light of Nazism. It was evil, demonically evil. But that's what Rowling doesn't understand. She's just borrowing costumes from history in order to dress up her characters. In fact, the one thing that really betrays the shallowness of the good and evil in the books is the unforgivable curses. Now, for those of you who have not read the books, the unforgivable curses are a set of spells that no wizard is allowed to use. And if they do, the government of the Wizarding World will throw you in wizarding jail for the rest of your life. These are curses that can take control of a person, cause torturous pain, and even kill. Now, why are the good guys never allowed to use these curses? Because they're evil. But what makes them evil? Well, obviously because they violate a person's consent and cause pain and death. But what if a good guy used a killing curse to kill a bad guy who was going to kill a lot of innocent people? Wouldn't that be good? Because Rowling says so. In these books, good is just a lighter shade of bad. Harry, Ron, and Hermione routinely lie, cheat, disobey rules, and bully others. And these actions aren't just descriptive of what the characters are doing, they're actually encouraged by the adults and portrayed as necessary for the greater good to triumph. Did you catch the mind-bending nature of the argument? Doing bad is good. Several of the books even have scenes where the wise Albus Dumbledore talks with Harry Potter and says something like this.
"Well done, Harry. You totally disobeyed my direct order not to go into the Forbidden Forest teeming with soul-sucking Dementors, and in so doing placed not only yourself, Ron, and Hermione in great peril, but also endangered the entire Wizarding World. I'm so glad you completely disregarded my wise and benevolent counsel, because your actions have ensured that the destruction of Lord Voldemort may come to pass, and in a way actually fulfilled my more secret desire that you would disobey me."
This type of conversation happens so often throughout the series that it becomes unintentionally comedic. But as a parent, I don't think it's funny. This is deeply concerning. It tells our kids that in order to achieve the greater good, they need to disobey. Biblically speaking, this attitude is called rebellion. And the Bible says, rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. And so in the end, J.K. Rowling has unwittingly written into her books real witchcraft.